Hello there, we covered my travel makeup bag packing and making some mini palettes for a month away this summer. Now it's time for travel skincare. A long trip, so it needed to cover skin, hair, body and nails. This trip was also split into two chapters that made packing a bit interesting. 2 weeks of work in London and Paris and 2 weeks of summer travel, including a destination wedding. So a relaxed holiday vibe wasn't going to cut it the whole time. I needed extra pieces to feel put together, enough product to last, and sizes that would pass international liquid limits because for the 2-week summer section of the trip, I was going carry-on only. There's a lot of different things to consider here. Luckily, I'm a dedicated skincare decanter. Trust me, even for a month away, you never need full sizes. I decant products into mini containers from Muji or opt for travel minis to save space and weight where possible. Alright, this old Away Dop kit served as my main travel skincare bag. Used it on many trips, but I needed a second bag this time for sun, hair, body. My mini nail kit lives in this cute little pencil case from Delphonics in Paris, and I also took an empty Country Road cosmetic case for weekends away within the trip and as my carry-on skincare bag. So some items that I knew I only needed during the second half of the trip could go straight in there. You can find a separate video on my in-flight skincare routine below. So products that were in that clear Muji pouch could come out into my main routine. Plus I also packed an empty spare Muji pouch for the summary bit of the trip to go through security. Passed through just fine with this. You can tell this required a lot more planning than usual, including a mid-trip carry-on only repack where I left most of this behind at my friend's place in London and then collected it before I flew all the way home. So this is way more complicated than any previous single skincare bag videos I've shared, but there was method to my madness. So let's run through the routine, starting with morning skincare. Always prep my skin with mist, so I brought Avène's thermal spring water and purchased another one in Paris. You can find my French pharmacy haul linked below. I've really enjoyed Rhode's Barrier Restore Cream this year. It feels rich, smooth, but not heavy for summer, and the tube wasn't too big to take the whole thing, and a full-sized ultraviolet Supreme Screen SPF 50+ was essential. My favourite hydrating sunscreen that looks glowy and fresh under makeup. Fragrance is how I finish my morning routine, so my signature scent is Jo Malone Red Roses. It has been for a million years, but I also packed this mini diptyque Philosikos. I was burning Diptyque's Figuier candle a lot in the lead up to the Greek wedding I was going to get in the Mediterranean summer spirit, and this scent is in the same figgy family. But when I got to London, I went to the Jo Loves boutique, the brand founded by Jo Malone. This fragrance paintbrush is brilliant for travel. It's a brush on gel, and the scent White Rose and Lemon Leaves has the same fresh citrus touch that I love about my original Red Roses. A funny thing to include with fragrance here, but this is helpful for friends trips or shared bathrooms. If you know Aesop's post-poo drops, this is a similar travel-friendly product I found from a small Aussie brand, Non. You spritz this pre-poo spray in the loo and lemon myrtle and blood orange smells so nice, but not air freshener overpowering. Okay, jumping to my evening routine, I finished off this gentle Bioderma Sensibio eye makeup remover, decanting it for the trip. Regular Bioderma also came with me as my first face cleanse. I packed 2 sizes to make sure I had enough. I love Allies of Skin's hydrating cleanser, refreshing, gentle jelly that lathers up. So I brought 2 minis so I wouldn't run out. Then a smoosh of Fortuna Skin's triple active exfoliator for a weekly deep clean. Essence and serum options, such a cute baby. CosRx Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence, very hydrating and repairing. Look at the size difference. Decanting Laneige Waterbank Blue Hyaluronic Essence Toner. Love this one for soft skin too, and I wanted enough essence to use on the long plane trips there and back and for the 4 weeks. But La Roche-Posay Cicaplast B5 Serum is my holiday hero. I needed 2 different decanted sizes for the month. Cooling, calming, smoothing, perfect to refresh my face post-flight and after lots of sea, salt, sun and SPF. For evening moisturiser, I alternated between beautifully rich Glossier After Balm taken from my in-flight routine and La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm B5. Not technically a moisturiser, but this thin repairing balm worked so well for me and replenished my dry skin during the beachy weeks. Masks. Jurlique Rose Moisturising Cream Mask lives in my in-flight bag, but I also packed a few La Roche-Posay Cicaplast B5 masks. One for the first night in London post-plane, one halfway through the trip, and one pre-wedding. I also don't forget to bring an empty Muji bottle to save up the excess. There's enough extra packet juice in here to use as a calming serum for weeks afterwards. Slipped a CosRx Acne Pimple Master Patch sheet into the side of my bathroom bag just in case, and let's pop my travel lip balms in too. This Blistex stick lives in my handbag. It has SPF 30, but I also wanted the SPF 50 with me for beach days, and my evening lip balm, Lanolips Golden Dry Skin Salve. It's so repairing, acts as a general skin salve for burns or grazes too, so it's just handy to have in your travel kit. Picking sunscreen for a summer holiday is serious business for me. There were so many formulas I wanted to take, but carry-on only liquid limits are not helpful. So I knew I'd have to stock up after security or at my destination. It's also the exception to my decanting rule because you can't decant sunscreen. It affects its efficacy. So to get me started, I had a mini ultraviolet Supreme screen and took my full size because it's under 100ml, extreme screen for my body and hands, and preen screen reapplication mist was in my handbag all trip. On beach or pool days, I always reapply Supreme because you get better coverage and protection from a cream, but using this mist to reapply over makeup on work days is better than not reapplying at all. I also bought extra Muji containers and decanted the Biofine Emulsion and La Roche-Posay Anthelios After Sun Lotion I picked up in Paris, both French pharmacy favourites that soothe my limbs after the sun and sea. On to body. Repurchased another Necessaire Eucalyptus Deodorant Gel Roll-On before I left. Dries quickly, makes you smell like nothing at all. But I also pop a mini Marlin & Getz Eucalyptus Deodorant in my handbag if I need to freshen up on the go. I packed a travel-sized Necessaire body wash in eucalyptus because I was staying at my best friend's place in London for a couple of weeks. Didn't just treat myself to Necessaire, I also brought her their full-sized fragrance-free body wash and lotion as a gift because she has very sensitive skin. I was trying to improve some KP bumps on my arm before this trip and had good results using Kopari's KP Body Bumps Be Gone scrub. So this came too for upkeep before the wedding. And I don't use body hydrators every day while traveling, too lazy. So a decanted Necessaire body serum and body lotion aluminium pot duo was plenty. Now, hair, we're getting there. I decanted some Larry King City Life shampoo, great deep clean, particularly with London hard water, and his incredibly effective liquid hairbrush conditioner. I also got to have my hair done at Larry's salon while I was in London, which was so special. I'll leave a recap below. A mini Chlorane dry shampoo is essential. Also purchased another one in Paris to keep me going. And JVN's Complete Air Dry Cream was my styling product pick. Makes such a difference for a smoother, sleek blow dry. Then the tools I use to blow dry, always sectioning my wet hair off with a dry bar clip, and my Olivia Garden round brush gives me a neat blow dry, whatever Airbnb or hotel hairdryer I'm up against. I brush through my wet hair with my Tangle Teaser and use Ibiza Hair's rose comb during the day, plus a claw clip from Aussie brand Minimal H to keep my hair up during body showers. Finally, nails. I know my at-home manis hold up really well for about 2 weeks, so I only needed a city colour and a holiday colour. Essie Gel Couture in Bubbles Only was my city deep red of choice. Then I was tossing up between Olive and June Quick Dry in Minty and Essie Go Ginza, but I ended up painting with Go Ginza for the wedding to play on the pastel tones of my floral dress, and I always love a lilac in summer. I've perfected the art of packing this mini manicure kit. I have a separate video on this with tips on how to make your nails last for travel. A big one is don't forget hand cream. A go-to mini came with me. And some final bathroom bag basics. Toothbrush, toothpaste, 2 mini tubes for the 2 weeks, a razor and a razor head. I sometimes like doing that for less bulk. Scissors, tweezers, cotton rounds, a full packet so I could split it between in-flight, London and holiday skincare bags, and cotton buds for eye makeup cleanup with paper stems. A lot of packing skincare strategy required for this trip. If it had just been a relaxed holiday, I would have kept it much simpler, but with a wedding on the calendar and 2 weeks of work meetings with brands based in London and Paris, I was happy with this edit in the end. This actually isn't even a true snapshot of how much product I used up during that month because I've also been using all of these decanted products since then, and some of them aren't even finished, so you never need to pack a full-sized bottle for travel, I promise. Let me know if you went on any trips this summer and how you pack your skincare. Do you like lining up full bottles for an aesthetically pleasing holiday bathroom, or have you embraced decanting life like me? Back with the final installment of this travel series soon to recap my makeup look for the destination wedding. Thank you for all of your interest in that topic, and thanks for watching. See you next time.